Sziasztok! Hi everyone, I'm Sándor, welcome to another beginner Hungarian lesson. Today we're going to talk about the plural form of nouns. And I'm going to break this topic into two videos because once again, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the plural suffix. Just like the letter S in English, Hungarian also has a plural suffix, which is the letter K or K. If a noun ends with a vowel, usually all you have to do is attach the letter K after that and you have the plural form of the noun. Important to note that if the noun ends with an A sound, it changes to an A. And if the noun ends with an E, it changes to an E. I'm going to show you some examples really soon, so don't worry. When it comes to nouns ending in consonants, the situation is a bit more difficult. Knowing the rules of vowel harmony helps a lot, so if you haven't seen my video on it, please check it out. I'm going to talk about back vowel, mixed vowel, and front vowel words, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, please check my video on vowel harmony. The point is, if a noun ends with a consonant, attaching the letter K makes it very hard to pronounce the word, so connecting vowel appears before the plural suffix. So, depending on the word, the suffixes can be either ak, ek, ok, or ök. Again, I'm going to show you examples, don't worry, it'll all make sense. But before that, there's an interesting difference between the usage of the plural form in Hungarian and in English. If the quantity of the noun is defined, we don't use the plural form after that. So if you want to say something like 4 tables, in Hungarian it's simply just négy asztal. Négy asztal. Asztal means table, and the number before that already indicates that we're talking about more than one table. So we don't use the plural form asztalok after that. Asztalok. Same with something like 2 trees. In Hungarian it's két fa. Két fa. So in cases like this we use the singular form of the noun because the number before that already indicates the plural form. And the same thing happens when you say things like lots of trees, some trees, few trees, etc. Lots of trees in Hungarian is sok fa. Sok fa. Sok means a lot or lots of. And the plural form of fa is fák. No, not fuck. Fák. Fák. But since it's already established that there are lots of them, we don't use the plural form of the noun. This is very important to know. If we don't define the quality of something, then we use the plural form. So if you want to say, these are trees, then in Hungarian you say, ezek fák. Ezek fák. Ez means this. Its plural form is ezek. Ezek. And fák is trees. These are houses. Ezek házak. Ezek házak. These are letters. Ezek betűk. Ezek betűk. Letters as in letters of an alphabet. So betű is letter. Since it ends with a vowel, you just attach the letter K and it becomes betűk. Betűk. Now, if you want to say something like, these houses are blue, then it's a completely different story. In Hungarian, adjectives have plural forms also. I'm going to talk about this more in depth after we are finished with the nouns. So don't worry about it now, just know that it's out there. We'll get to it. Not today, but we'll get to it. Another interesting thing is that the question words who and what can also have plural forms. Who is ki and what is mi in Hungarian. Their plural forms are kik and mik. I think they can roughly be translated to who are and what are. For example, ők kik. Ők kik. Ők is they and kik is who are. So, who are they? You can change the word order to kik ők. That also works. Kik ők. Or something like mik ezek. Mik ezek. What are these? Again, you can change the word order to ezek mik. Still works. Ezek mik. But let's say your friend comes into your room and says to you, jönnek. Jönnek. It can be translated as they come or they're coming. Then you can ask, kik. Kik. Who are coming? Since your friend said they're coming, you know that it's more than one person. So you use the plural form of the question word who to figure out who the hell are coming. Interesting, right? Okay, let's see how to use the K suffix. As I said, the easiest way is when a noun ends with a vowel. You just attach the letter K and that's it. Usually. Just like with the word betű. You add the K and you get betűk. Betűk. Letters. Autó. Car. Autók. Cars. Autók. Háló. Web or net. Háló. Hálók. Webs or nets. Hálók. Mozi. Cinema or movie theater. Mozi. Mozik. Cinemas or movie theaters. Mozik. And as I mentioned, if the noun ends with an A, it changes to an A. Alma. Apple. Almák. Apples. Almák. Szoba. Room. Szoba. Szobák. Rooms. Szobák. Torta. Cake. Torta. Torták. Cakes. Torták. And if the noun ends with an E, it changes to an E. Este. Night. Este. Esték. Nights. Esték. Teve. Camel. Teve. Tevék. Camels. Tevék. Remete. Hermit. Remete. Remeték. Hermits. Remeték. It's not difficult, right? However, there are nouns that end with an E suffix. That suffix indicates origin. In that case, the plural suffix is either ak or ek. Back and mixed vowel words get an ak suffix. Front vowel words get an ek suffix. For example, amerikai means American. Amerikai. Amerikaiak means Americans. Amerikaiak. Amerikaiak. Same with ázsiai. Ázsia means Asia. Ázsiai means Asian. Ázsiaiak means Asians. Ázsiaiak. Ázsiaiak. These are both mixed vowel words, so they get the ak plural suffix. Keleti means Eastern. Keleti. Kelet means East. Kelet. Keletiek means Eastern people or things. Keletiek. Literally it means Easterns. Front vowel word, so it gets an ek suffix. Same with déli. Dél is south. Déli is southern. Déli. Déliek means southern people or things. Literally it's southerns. Déliek. Déliek. When it comes to nouns with more than one syllable, ending with a consonant, the suffixes are either ok, ek, or ök. Back and mixed vowel words get an ok suffix. Virágok. Flowers. Virágok. Virág means flower. Mixed vowel word, so it gets an ok suffix. Virágok. Tanárok. Teachers. Tanárok. Tanár means teacher. Tanár. Back vowel word gets the same suffix. Szomszédok. Neighbors. Szomszédok. Szomszéd is neighbor. Once again, mixed vowel word. Szomszéd. Szomszédok. Front vowel words get the ek suffix. Ételek. Foods or meals. Ételek. Étel is either food or meal. Front vowel word, so the suffix is ek. Zöldségek. Zöldségek. Vegetables. Zöldségek. Zöldség is vegetable. Front vowel word, so you know the drill. Ékszerek. Jewels or jewelry. Ékszerek. Ékszer is jewel. Its plural form is ékszerek. Ékszerek. If the last vowel of the word is ö, or ü, the suffix is ök. Elnökök. Presidents. Elnökök. Elnök is president. Elnök. Görögök. Greek people. Görögök. Görög means Greek, so literally the plural form means Greeks. I think it works in English as well. Görögök. Now, this rule doesn't always apply to nouns with one syllable. In fact, it's always better to check the plural form of a noun in a dictionary because we've got all sorts of irregularities. But it's especially true when it comes to one-syllable nouns. For example, the word fül. It means ear. Fül. By my above-mentioned rule, the plural form should be fülök, but it's actually fülek. Ears. Fülek. Körök means circles. Körök. Kör is circle. Kör. This word actually follows the normal conjugation rule. But let's take the word föld, for example. It means earth, soil, or it can also mean field. You know, where you plant vegetables or fruits. The plural form of it is földek instead of földök. Földek. It can mean earths, fields, etc. Földek. Same with the word övek. It means belts. Övek. Öv is belt. Öv. Once again, this word completely ignores the rule and goes its own way. So I would suggest to always check the dictionary. Okay, almost done for today. When it comes to compound nouns, the last syllable of the word determines the plural suffix. For example, buszjegyek, bus tickets, buszjegyek, buszjegyek. Bus means bus, and jegy is ticket. Buszjegyek. Cipőboltok. Shoe shops. Cipőboltok. Cipő is shoe, and bolt is shop. Cipőboltok. Sarkkörök. Polar circles. Sarkkörök. Sarkkör is polar circle or Arctic circle. Sarkkör. Sarkkörök. So it's always the last syllable that determines the suffix in compound words. And lastly, when it comes to words of foreign origins, the determining factor is once again the last syllable. Like szoftverek, softwares, szoftverek. Software is the Hungarian version of software. Software. Algoritmusok. Algorithms. Algoritmusok. Algoritmus is algorithm. Algoritmus. Koncertek. Concerts. Koncertek. Concert is concert. Koncert. Konyakok. Cognacs. Konyakok. Cognac is cognac. Cognac. So when it comes to words of foreign origin, the last syllable of the noun determines the plural suffix. Alright, that's more than enough for today. In the next video we're going to talk about some of the quirks when it comes to the plural form of nouns. As if it wasn't enough already. As I said before, it's better to check your dictionary if you're not sure because, unfortunately, irregularities are a regularity in Hungarian. Thank you all for studying with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. If you're interested in private one-on-one lessons with me, my email is in the description. And if you feel like supporting this channel, my PayPal is also in the description. See you all in the next lesson. Sziasztok, a viszontlátásra!